morning, so it's Patsy, and I came on today to share my decks that I've got to study with this year and a few books to go alongside it. I did speak about a little bit about this a little while ago, that my vision for 2020 is to get more in depth with nature, my work outside in nature, to learn more about herbs and all plant life really, flowers, trees, and all that kind of thing. And this year I want to go more in depth. I did start a couple of years ago in trying to delve deeper, and that's when my eyes started playing up, so I had to stop. And this is one of the challenges that I'm facing at the minute, is how I'm going to do this around my eyes, which caused me a lot of problems. So it's trying to dig deeper, finding a way of recording all my findings and all my work in a way that I'm able to, with the limitations that I have with my sight. So I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a good go this year. Like I said, I did start a couple of years ago on trees and herbs and plants, because it's something I've always been really interested in. And I was working with The Voice of the Trees by Mickey Mueller, and that's just up there on my old deck, and it's a great little deck. It also has the arms built into that, which was another thing that I was trying to delve deeper into as well. And I have got journals all over the place with different things that I've scribbled down about trees, plants, herbs, etc. I just can't read them at the minute. I can sort of go through and read little paragraphs and try to pull different things from books and whatever in small paragraphs, but I'm not very good at writing anything down at the minute because it takes too much concentration, and my eyes don't like to concentrate too much. So I found apps that I can talk into, and it converts my voice into text. Not very good. I think it's probably how I talk, I don't know, but it completely messes the words up. It says something completely different to what you want to say, and it doesn't put any commas, dots, and and it doesn't put any of them, doesn't start new paragraphs or nothing like that. It's just a continuous, and then you have to go in afterwards and kind of, which again is no good, because if I could do that, I could write it down in the first place. So it's a mixture of trying to dig deeper, and with the help of cards I can do that, because I can look at card images fine most days, but it's relaying all that what I find out, and all the learnings and all the teachings into a form that I can go back to and check. I've got Audible books, which are great, and I have got one on the herbs and associations and whatever, but again there's no way of me going back to that and finding, I want to work with a dandelion, what is that for again, and going back on an audio book, because you've got to find it all the way through that audio book, so it's very difficult. And again, it needs to be written down so I can just turn to it. Got to find a way of doing that, but I'm just really struggling at the minute. So if anybody's got any ideas, that would be wonderful. If any apps that are great and do put all in everything that you're supposed to have in, when you're doing paragraphs and all the dots and the commas and all the rest of it, instead of it just being a continuous, So that's my little bit of a ramble. I'll go on to the decks now. You've probably seen some of these because I've kind of quickly shown them, and that's all I'm doing again. If you want a full walkthrough of any of these decks, I'm quite happy to do that. Now, the Magical Herbs article, I'm loving this article. Absolutely loving this article. And it's by Sherilyn Darcy and illustrated by Dear Dandy. Love it. I'm loving this. There we go. That's what you get. You get 3 pages on each one, like acceptance. The name is the key word, but it's the Valerian, and then it has the official name. It tells you the meanings of an oracle meaning, so you can use it as an oracle, but then it goes into a botanical description, a magical correspondences, then it's acceptance and spells for them, and it tells you what you'll need for spell, how to do it, and what you need to do, and you get that for every card. So that is really, really useful, and I'm really loving these cards. It does tell you, it says there's the bags. It does tell you, like, you get the keyword there, and then underneath, you can't really see in black, is the herb. So that's ginger. So you've got creativity, but underneath you've got ginger. So it does tell you the herb that this keyword corresponds to. The card feels lovely. It's a Rockpool. Yeah, it's a Rockpool publishing, but I love the cardstock. It's got like a can you hear it? It's got like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it is nice. It's got kind of a glossy look to it, but they don't stick together, and they're not really glossy. It's a weird way. It's like a linen-y sort. I don't know. Really nice. I like it anyway. So yeah, if you wanted a full walk through this, I'm quite happy to do that. But that is the Magical Herb Oracle, and that is a big favourite of mine at the minute. The next one is, like I said, you know, the trees and that are important. I love trees, and it's important for me to try to learn more. So I've got, my daughter bought me this actually a couple of weeks ago, the Celtic Tree Oracle. Like I said, I have The Voice of the Trees by Mickey Mueller. And that is a great book, but my daughter bought me this one. And again, you get the little black and white image, and then it's the name of the tree. Then you've got all the information about the tree at the top. I don't know, you know, like the Northern Hemisphere dates, the deities and guides, the letters associated with it, the class of tree, which is a peasant, the totems, what the totem animals are. So you get all of that in this book. But you can again use it for divination. So, you know, you have got spreads there with the card messages to work with, like, you know, you get the Celtic cross, don't you, always, past, present and future, but you do get the root, you do get the Celtic tree card spread, which and how to use the cards, you know, the normal you get with an oracle. But this is the back of them. These are a yeah, Blue Angel. These are Blue Angels, so they are that shiny glossy cardstock, which I don't mind, and these aren't sticking, so, you know, I'm used to Blue Angel cards, so don't bother me. But these, I've got the name, and then you have got the you know, the letter, the Celtic letter, the letter there above it, so you know, it all incorporates it all. So this is the Celtic Tree Oracle. Look at that, it's gorgeous. So there we go. So that is another one that I have to kind of dig into this coming year. Another one I got a couple of months ago, and I did show this. I don't know if I did a full walkthrough of it, but it's the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. Inspirational cards and for wisdom and guidance. Yeah. So this is a I don't know who makes this. No, Watkins. So it says Watkins, so I don't know. That's the backs of them. Then the images of these gorgeous. There we go. Absolutely beautiful cards. I said I do like this. They were kind of shiny, but not sticky. The backs are kind of shiny, but the front doesn't feel so shiny. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous deck, and I have used these a bit. So in the book you get the same sort of thing. You get a coloured image at the top though, then you get the thingy name there, and then you get the diva meaning there, and then you get, you know, a bit about the tree in this little box here, and then you got the divination meaning at the bottom here. So that's what you get with that deck. And the borders are different colours, which the book discusses, you know, discusses as different kinds of levels of. So that is that one. If you would like me to go deeper, just let me know. But that's another one that I'm enjoying working with. And then this one is another one my daughter bought me. I think I got it last week. Most people would have seen this, the Druid Craft, the Druid Plant Oracle by Philip and Stephanie Cargom, working with a magical flora of the Druid tradition, illustrated by Will Worthing, and you get a wonderful book with it, and that's the kind of information you get within the book. and the sort of, that's the kind of information, sort of 3 pages of information with each one. Like I said, I've not really had a chance to look at this too much. You get a divination sheet there to lay your cards on, and then the cards, and they are big cards, you know, they are. Now I've got the now I've got this one, and I've got the what is it called again? I forgot, my head's gone. Druidcraft Tarot, that's the one. I would like to get the animal, Druidcraft animal one, but these are gorgeous cards, and it does tell you that the name at the bottom. So like we've got chamomile, lovely cardstock. But yeah, these are ones, like I said, I've only just got these, but I'm really looking forward to working with these and digging deeper into these. Thank you to my daughter for this one and the Celtic Tree Oracle. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with that one as well. And then the last deck that I will be studying and working with this year is the wonderful Herb Crafters Tarot. I got this for Christmas. My son's bought me this for Christmas. Most people would have seen the Herb Crafters Tarot, I'm sure. It's been around a little while. There we go. That's what you get for each one. So you get like paid for each card, crafting with the 4 of them, and it gives you, know, different ideas and that. Now this deck has got such a beautiful, I don't know what this cardstock is made of, but it's almost like a plasticky feeling, but it's very strong and durable. It's really, really nice. This is coming to the beach with me and all sorts, because it's going to be able to withstand that kind of pressure, I think, being out in that sea air and what have you. But this is a gorgeous deck, and you know, they're all oracles. I had to have a tarot to, you know, to work these as well. So of course the the Herb Crafters is got to be the one. So again, that is the tarot that not the only tarot, obviously, because you know me, I'm going to have tarots, working with different tarots all the time, but this is the one that I shall be using to when I want to do some studying and working with that tree and plant energy, that kind of stuff. I want to study it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope I can sort ways I can get it all down with my eyes. Now, some books that I've got to go with these this is one of them. I've got the Sage Burning, Sacred Energy Cleansing Rituals. I haven't even looked at this one, but it tells you how to, you know, building your sacred kit, the power of smoke and cleansing. Then it tells you in the first chapter, sacred cleansing with crystals, incense, and sacred spray. It sort of gives you like different things. And then in chapter 2 is the sacred plants. So you get like clover, faith, hope, prosperity, and then it kind of gives you a bit of information. Then it puts at the bottom goes well with, and then it gives you other things that it goes well with, like peppermint, vanilla, and lavender. So that is one of the books that I'm looking, and these kind of books are okay for me because they're only, do you know what I mean, they're only like a little bit of information and then a little bit of information at the bottom, so it's something that I can go to, get what I need from it and work that way. Do you know what I mean? So these kind of books are ideal because they're not just loads and loads of written work. So these sort of books I can work quite easily with my dodgy eyes. The next one that I've got is this one, the Herbal Remedies for Everyday Living. Again, you know, if anybody wants to walk through these, it goes into the herbal basics. It goes into, let me find, introduction. You get introduction, herbal basics, the materia medica, and the common ailments. So these are all sort of like how you can use herbs in everyday, you know, everyday healing and medicine. So it kind of tells you here that's ointments and creams and poultice, decoctions, herbal baths, hand and foot baths, and all this kind. It tells you, you know, and then you've got like the material, or materia medica, it's called this, and then it's sort of got like the name of the herb or plant, and then all this information, and then the next one goes horse chestnut and all this information. So again, this is a kind of book that I can just go to, reference what I want to look for, and take away what I need. It's not loads and loads of writing. So this is another one I'm really looking forward to. And then the other one that I've got is this one, Incest, Oils and Brews. So again, this is one of those books that I can just go to and reference. It tells you this is Llewellyn's, Scott Cunningham, yeah. This is a Scott Cunningham book, and it's got like all the basics and what have you at the start, and then warning, and then on magic, the power, and all this kind of the tools and the basic spells, and all about proportions, and rituals, and then it gives you some what's the word, recipes. Couldn't think of the word then. Recipes, etc. And there's lots of different, and again, it's one of those, it's all the ingredients, and then the incense, and there's pages and pages of incense, and oils, etc. So this is again a great book just to refer to and take away what I need, without having too much writing. And then the last one I've got is The Healing Flowers, and this is a practical way to balance the mind, body and soul. It's just a little bit, it's just a thin book. It was only £1.50 at the works, I think. So you've got an introduction, flower preparation, flower essential oils, infused oils and syrups, making teas and tinctures. So it's got a bit of information, and again, you know, one that I can just go to and take away what I need to get me started. It's not in depth, obviously, because it's only that thick, but it'll get me started, and it's something that my eyes will allow me to do. So that is the decks that I want to study. With the books, I've got loads more books than that, but they're the ones that relate to like the herbs and the plants and that kind of thing. So they're what I want to work with. Along with them, I've just got to find a way that I can reference all my findings in a way that will involve very little writing. So if you've got any ideas, pop them in the comments below, please, because I am desperate to find a way of doing this. And I thank you for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.